He is the Chief Executive Officer of the Capital Area United Way, and one of my dear friends, the great George Bell, is here, musician, community investor, and the person with the information on Alice. So if you've never heard about Alice, let's talk about Alice. Alice is not a person, Alice is a category. And Alice is asset limited, income constrained, and employed.
Very good.
How about that, man? Studied all night for it. Studied all night. Let's talk about Alice and what it means to this community and communities across the country.
Certainly. Well, first of all, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, brother.
Thank you for the opportunity to come on the program again to talk about Alice. As you said, Alice is asset limited, income constrained, but employed. But when we talk about or think about Alice, Alice is your neighbor, your church member, your co-worker who is working, first of all, but earns less than the basic minimum income to cover the basic expenses that any person or any household would experience. So United Way has pioneered this research, and our state was one of the early adopters of this research. And what it has shown us is that over half of our population in Louisiana and 55% of our population in East Baton Rouge Parish lives below that Alice threshold. Now, how does that affect people and their ability to make good choices or have access to good choices? First of all, when you don't have enough money to cover your basic living expenses, and that's no frills, that's the basic essentials of rent and housing, transportation, food, all those expenses that are necessary. Doesn't include vacations, doesn't include eating out. But when you don't earn enough to cover those basic expenses, it puts you in a very tough position on a regular basis. And that population, when you think about over half of our population falls in that category, we have folks that are truly trying to make ends meet, but aren't able to do so.
And we've talked about this before. There are people in our community who are one missed check or one unforeseen incident happening from potentially being homeless.
Exactly.
Or losing their car.
Exactly.
Or not being able to buy groceries. And I don't think people understand, you're not talking about homeless people. You're not talking about people who have nothing. You're talking about people who go to work every day.
Exactly.
Who are one catastrophe away from just, absolutely being devastated. How do you address it and fix it, though?
Well, we see it and we hear it, and one of the things we do is we have what's called the 211 information line. That line helps make it possible for folks to call and receive information real time about where they can receive assistance. Anything from rental assistance, from food insecurity, food pantries, where can they find safe child care options available to them. That's one of the things that we do at United Way. We curate the list of resources that are made available. The second thing we do, and I'm very proud of this fact, is that we track all of those calls, those 211 calls, and we take that information and use that data to make informed decisions about where and how we invest in programs that are serving the Alice population. So we did that just recently, and we used the 211 data to help inform our decision making, and it allowed us to not only use the dollars that we had originally, but we were able to draw from the McKinsey Scott dollars that we received, and we doubled the amount that we were going to invest based on that 211 data. So real-time adjustment.
It's so fascinating, the work that you do at United Way. In the next segment, we're going to talk about the tax assistance program.
Certainly.
And we're in that season now, and it's fascinating if you've not heard about how this works and the benefit. And quickly here, and I don't want to change gears yet, but just quickly, how much did you guys deliver for people last year?
So we did over 6,000 tax returns last year, and it brought back into the community over $9 million. It's huge.
So when you're asked to give to the Capital Area United Way, you know where it's going. But we'll come back and talk with George, and we're going to introduce you, if you have not yet met her, Lakeisha Robichaud, who leads a new chamber in town. I'm proud of them, and you'll hear what her vision is for the city. Back with that in just a moment. So you heard about it, and tax season, I guess, is officially underway after the first of the year. This is a program done by the Capital Area United Way, the free income tax preparation program that's going to be at the EBR Main Library on Goodwood, February 3rd, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. George, let's talk about this. How long have you been doing this program, by the way?
Oh my goodness, it's been probably 10 years or so that,
Wow.
that we've been doing it. I've been with United Way 7 years, so but each year we have really tried to double down on it to increase the volume of support that we provide. And you think about Alice, you know, this program of offering free professional tax preparation assistance to Alice families, low to moderate income families, hits right in the heart of you know, how we can help them.
So who qualifies for assistance in this program?
Anyone who earns probably less than $65,000.
Individual or household?
In both.
Okay.
Both. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a very good program, and the access to it is one that I'm very proud of. Folks can actually schedule an appointment after January 16th. They can schedule appointments by calling 211. The same 211 that I referenced earlier. And we will have sites throughout the community, throughout the 10 parish area that we serve that will be offering this. But the big day is Super Tax Day, and that's on February 3rd. That's where we set up at the East Baton Rouge Parish, the main library, and on Goodwood. And that's where folks can come in and have their insurance prepared. Now, you can go to our website to get the information as to what you need to have.
CAUW.org. I think Capital Area United Way, CAUW.org. A great website. I was on there yesterday looking up some information about the program. And you know, and I'm pretty proud of what United Way does as a
board member.
You know, I want to talk a little bit in the next couple of minutes about 2024. I know that you kind of, in your profession and what you do in the community, you have to look far afield at what the year can be. What are your goals and expectations for this year?
Well, obviously, each year our goal is to grow the revenue base that we need to provide the services that we provide. But along with that, we're headed into what I consider a once in a 100-year opportunity, and that is the year 2025. Our local United Way will celebrate its 100th year of consistent operations, which is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
So we're planning some very exciting things that we hope to culminate with that major centennial event, and it's something that we will hope to engage our entire community. Because you think about 100 years, we've had corporate support, we've had individual support, we've had volunteers. You know, thousands of volunteers who have helped us over the term of our existence. So we're really going to make a big deal of it, but the focus will remain on the work and the people that we're serving, and that's what we're all about, and that's what's got us here.
I've got about 90 seconds, and I've always admired your leadership style, because I think it's such a delicate thing when you're in charge of a team that's charged with big responsibilities. If you had to sum up your leadership style, how would you describe it?
Well, first of all, I consider myself a servant leader, and my role is to provide a vision, provide the structure, but also to support the people that are doing the work. And the other thing I look at is, my success is tied directly to the people that are doing the work. It's what I am able to get done through those people.
Right.
So it's staff, it's volunteers, it's partners. I look at the whole spectrum of support that we have available to us, and then I try and make sure I have the right people in the right place doing the right things.
I love it. Scott, put that graphic back up about the tax assistance program again. If you're interested, as George described, households or individuals earning less than $60,000, you can qualify. You can go to the website. If you didn't hear what I said, put it in Google, people, and find the website and learn about this day, February 3rd. Appreciate you, brother. You're going to do the audio podcast this morning.
I will.
All right.
I will.
George Bell, up next. Lakeisha Robichaud is here talking about the Metropolitan Black Chamber of Commerce. Can't wait. Back with that in just a moment.